Hey guys, it's the Kellys, and today we are going to talk about your travel timeline for planning your trip.
This is everything that we do when we start planning a trip, and yes, it starts a year ahead of time. This is Lauren's main area of expertise. I would listen to everything she has to say.
This isn't something that you have to do, but it's something that you should do. This is ultimately a checklist all the way from a year in advance to the day that you start to travel of things that you need to check off to best prepare for your trip. We've thought of everything.
It seems like a lot of work, but if you do it, you'll have a good time and everything is going to work out perfectly.
And we are even thinking about making some sort of document to send out to you guys to actually have a travel checklist. If you're interested in that, let us know, and that's something that we can start to work on.
If you find our videos helpful, please subscribe below, comment and like also. We're very good at responding to comments, and we love to hear from our fans.
Yes, here on this channel, we travel often and pack well, and we just want to help you do the same. Okay, let's do
go.
it. That was really loud.
It was. From 9 to 12 months out, that's when you want to start booking your flights. That's when you're going to find the cheapest rates possible.
I know it sounds ridiculous, but it really is helpful, and you won't regret it. Now let's go to 3 to 6 months in advance. That is when you want to do all of your trip planning and really figure out what there is to do there. That's also when I like to book hotels, and that's when you should really check your passport for your expiration date or how many pages that you have left in it. You also want to start to look into tours and book them because you don't want to lose out when it gets closer. And you want to start to make an itinerary. Also look into really important things like visa restrictions, vaccine requirements, and I'm not just talking about COVID.
1 month out is when you want to start making your reservations for restaurants or ordering items that might take a long time to ship.
And any must-sees that you want to do, sometimes those tickets go way in advance. So if you want to see Sagrada Familia in Barcelona, you need to buy that ticket way in advance. 2 to 3 weeks before, I want you to make a packing list. It's very easy to do. You're very excited about your trip. Start writing down all the things that you are going to need to bring for yourself and the people that you are traveling with, and then start to set stuff aside when you come across it. Put it in a big laundry basket or something. This is going on my trip. Boom. Done. Also, check the luggage requirements for your flight and see if you have the proper luggage to fly. Also, if you have a fur baby, maybe start to arrange your pet care.
1 week out is when you're going to finalize and confirm your plans.
I also like to mock pack at this point because you have all of your things set aside and you want to see if it actually fits in your suitcase, because if it doesn't, you're going to have a really stressful day when you go to actually pack. You should also print all of your tickets or save copies for anything that you have purchased to do, such as museums or tours, because you don't want to try to pull those up on the day of with some potentially bad internet.
This is also the time you should buy your travel insurance if you haven't already.
And then start to do your laundry and really start to organize everything that you're going to bring.
This is also when you want to start figuring out your home maintenance plans.
And thinking about your ride to the airport. Are you going to drive yourself? Are you going to have a friend drive you? Or are you going to do a ride share?
2 to 3 days out, fellas, you got to start scheduling your beauty appointments.
Get your hair cut, get your nails done, get your waxing done, whatever you need to do.
Pedicures.
Yeah, Brian loves...
I love a pedicure.
Brian loves pedicures. So 2 to 3 days before, you want to do that so that you make sure everything looks beautiful for your trip.
And while you're doing that, you want to start looking at exchanging your currency.
I like to do all of that before I leave the country, not when I get there. You also want to get small bills for tipping, whether it's in American money or whatever currency of the country that you are traveling to.
This is also a great time to notify your bank that you're traveling so your cards don't get turned off while you're in a foreign country.
Yes, and start to check the weather for your destination. You should have done that before when you were making your packing list, but this is when the weather gets a lot more real. So do check that out, because if something is coming up that's a little bit different than what you packed, then you can kind of swap out things for the new weather drama. All right, and then the day before your trip, you obviously need to check into your flight. Please do that as close to 24 hours as possible. And you're going to want to just kind of pack everything with the exception of a few things. And you're going to want to charge your devices overnight so that when you wake up in the morning, they are fresh and 100% charged and ready to go.
Next thing you're going to want to do is download any shows that you might want to watch on your phone. Maybe if you're a book reader, you download those books to make sure you have them. Then finally, you're going to want to send your travel itinerary to a friend, just so somebody knows where you're going to be at.
And then it's the day of your trip. How exciting.
It's our favorite day.
Yes, immediately when you wake up, you are going to want to check your flight status. Whether your flight is at 6 a.m. or whether it is at 10 p.m., all of the flights for the day can really start to delay like a domino effect. So do make sure before you leave for the airport that your flight is on time and not canceled.
It happens.
Also check traffic issues on the way to the airport. Start to kind of type it in and see what's going on, because that could really make or break things as well. This is also when you're going to pack your personal item, which means putting all of those things you charged the night before in there, because those are going to be your carry-on essentials while you are actually on the plane.
For sure. You want to make sure that ID, your money's there, your phone, all those important things. You don't want to get to the airport and realize you left your ID or passport at home. It's happened to some people we know.
Yes, and this is when you're going to want to check the weather again, specifically the weather for when you land in your destination, because whatever clothes that you travel in are what you're going to be wearing when you land. So if all of a sudden there's a big snowstorm coming or a huge rainstorm, you are going to want to wear whatever is appropriate for you to land in that weather. As long as you have these 5 things before you fly, then you're going to be perfectly fine when you get there. Let's see if Brian has them memorized.
You need your ID, you need your money, you need a boarding pass, you need your phone, and you need your charger.
He did it! Yes, as long as you have that, then you're good to go. I mean, hopefully you remember your suitcase and all your other things, but if not, as long as you have that,
you can live.
Okay, so thanks so much for watching. If this helped you out at all, please feel free to subscribe to our channel, comment and like this video, and if you can think of anything else that we need to add to our timeline, put it in a comment down below. We'd love to hear from you.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.